All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about one of the most powerful and central beliefs in Islam, the final moments of Judgment Day. But this isn't going to be just a theological lesson. We're actually stepping into the story as the Quran tells it, a story of cosmic endings, total accountability, and where everyone's destiny is finally decided.
So the whole story, it kicks off with a sound. The Quran describes the single cataclysmic event that signals the end of everything as we know it. The trumpet is blown, and that's it. Everyone and everything in the heavens and on earth just ceases to exist. But then it's blown a second time, and in an instant, everyone is back, standing and watching. This isn't a slow burn. It's an immediate, all-encompassing command. The universe just stops.
But here's the thing. The end of the universe? That's not the end of the story for humanity. Not even close. It's really just the end of one chapter and the dramatic start of the final one. From that total silence and nothingness, we get the first stage of the final day, the Great Awakening.
So what is this Day of Judgment, really? Well, in Islam, it's not some abstract idea. It's a core, foundational belief. It's the day when every single human being who has ever lived is brought back to life to be judged by God. And not just for the big things, but for everything. Their actions, their beliefs, their intentions, the whole shebang.
You know that opening verse we looked at? It's actually talking about two separate blasts from the trumpet. The first one is the blast of annihilation. Poof! All of creation, the heavens, the earth, everything just collapses into nothing. Then there's a period of silence. And after that comes the second one, the blast of resurrection. From the very dust they came from, all of humanity is brought back to life, all at once.
So, everyone's been resurrected. What happens next? Well, that leads to this next incredible scene in this cosmic drama, a moment known as the Great Gathering. This is where every single human soul stands together before God.
And this is where the sheer scale of it all just hits you. I mean, can you even imagine it? Every person who ever lived, from the very first human to the absolute last, all gathered in one single place. All the generations, all the nations, all the empires, just standing there, together, waiting for the final reckoning to start.
So you've got this silent, massive crowd. But then the focus zooms in, right? It goes from this huge cosmic scale to something deeply personal, and honestly, pretty intense. The Great Assembly leads into the day of questioning, where it all comes down to individual accountability.
The Quran actually describes these vivid back and forths, these arguments. You have followers turning to their old leaders and saying, hey, you're the ones who tricked us. You made lies look like the truth. But the leaders just throw it right back at them, saying something like, hold on, you were never true believers to begin with. We didn't make you do anything. You chose to go astray all on your own. It's this intense scene of blame shifting, and it hammers home a key point. On this day, there's no passing the buck. And this questioning, it's for everyone, no exceptions. I mean, the Quran gives this unbelievable example of Jesus himself being questioned. God asks him, "O Jesus, son of Mary, did you ever tell people to worship you and your mother as gods?" And his answer is just pure awe and humility. Glory be to you. How could I possibly say something I had no right to say? Think about that. If even prophets are held to that standard, it shows that accountability is absolute for every single soul.
All right, so we've had the gathering, we've had the questioning, and now we're at the climax. This is it, the moment everything has been leading up to. Every choice, every action in life, it all comes down to this, the moment of the ultimate judgment, when the final verdict is handed down.
And the Quran makes the principles of this divine court crystal clear. It's not arbitrary. We're told that every single deed, even the smallest thing you can think of, is brought out and weighed. The justice is absolute, perfect. No one is wronged, not even in the slightest. And this is so important. Each person is judged only on their own actions and their own intentions. You can't blame anyone else. So for those whose deeds just don't measure up, the verdict is delivered in these incredibly stark and direct terms. They're told, "Taste your torment. This is what you sought to hasten." The language is so powerful because it points out the irony. This is the very consequence they used to mock and challenge during their lives. But then, on the complete flip side, you have the righteous. And their welcome is, well, it's the total opposite. They're brought into the state of eternal peace and happiness. The Quran paints this beautiful picture for them, using imagery of lush gardens with rivers flowing underneath, a state of pure bliss and divine companionship.
It's a reality of peace that is the absolute opposite of the torment we just heard about.
So we've just walked through this incredible, powerful narrative from the Quran. It's a story of cosmic endings and new beginnings, all built around this idea of ultimate accountability. And it really leaves you with a big question, doesn't it? For the over 1 billion people around the world who hold this belief as a certainty, how does knowing this is the final chapter shape the story they choose to live today?